and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. NFL Week 13, lucky number 13. Alright, in Week 12, I went 12-3. In the win-loss, 10-5 against the spread, and 7-8 on the over-under. Which brings the season-to-date totals to 104-70-2, win-loss tie. Against the spread, 78-98, and over-under 97-79. Alright, here we go. We were getting down to playoff time. Right now in the AFC, Kansas City is the number 1 seeded with 9-2, while New England is the number 2 seeded 8-3. We have 2 teams tied at 6-5. Baltimore currently in the playoffs, tied with Indianapolis. Both teams are 6-5. And then Tennessee is right behind that at also 6-5. Yes, 5-6 because they lost last night on Monday Night Football. In the NFC, New Orleans and Los Angeles Rams are both 10-1. The Saints have the tiebreaker over the Rams, so the Saints are number 1, Rams are 2. And then Washington is currently sitting in the 6th seed, and there's a 3-way tie. Washington in 6-5. Seattle and Carolina both on the outside, looking in at 6-5. As for the race to the number 1 seed in the draft, Oakland currently holds that at 2-9, followed by San Francisco and Arizona, all 2-9. Then we have the New York Giants, 3-8, the New York Jets, 3-8, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, 3-8. So the race for the number 1 draft pick, and then the race for the playoffs. All right. Thursday Night Football, we have the 10-1 New Orleans Saints going into Dallas against the 6-5 Dallas Cowboys. Now, on Thursday night, the home team is 11-3 this year, with an average score of 33-18. With that, on Thursday night, here on Robert Sports Show, I am 12-2 on the win-loss. 9-5 against the spread, and 3-11 on the over-under. We have the Saints favored by 7 with an over-under of 53. Home teams are 11-3. Guess where I'm going with this? Yes, I am taking the Dallas Cowboys. I'm giving them a 7. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 53. Let's see if the home team can win another one. Otherwise, I'll be 12-3 on the Thursday night games. Alright, first game on Sunday. We have the 6-5 Baltimore Ravens versus the 4-7 Atlanta Falcons. Ravens got to keep winning if they want any shot at the playoffs. Lamar Jackson looked fantastic, or looked good last week. I do have Baltimore winning, covering a 1.5 and under on the 49. Next, we have, one of the number 1 draft pick candidates, Arizona Cardinals, at 2-9 versus the 4-6-1 Green Bay Packers. Packers are favored by 2 touchdowns at home. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 44.5. What is going on in Lambeau? What is going on with the Packers? Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. They can't get over the hump. They can't. Is it coaching? Is it the supporting cast? What is it? So hopefully they can figure that out and do what they need to do. Have Aaron Rodgers win at least another Super Bowl in his career. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at 4-7 versus the Miami Dolphins at 5-6. The Dolphins are favored by 5.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 40.5. Next, we have the surprising Indianapolis Colts at 6-5. And I say surprising because we knew Luck was coming back this year. We knew they should be a hell of a lot better with Luck than without Luck. 6-5, a chance to make the playoffs, which is awesome. T.Y. Hilton, he's been there the whole time. Almost 2 seasons without Luck. So I'm glad to see that they're doing well. Jacksonville Jaguars, the Blake Bortles experiment is finally done in Jacksonville. Wow. As the mighty will fall. So 3-8. They're starting. Who the fuck? I don't even remember how they're starting. Some backup guy. I don't know who. I can't remember who it was now. Shit, I should have wrote that down. But hey, it is what it is. Colts are favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering, and over in the 48. Next, we have the... Okay, Do we believe in the Chicago Bears now? I'm starting to believe in Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. They're 8-3. Looks like more than likely they're going to win in the NFC North. 8-3. We don't believe in them. Some people aren't believing in them. I don't know. I do. I believe in them now. Versus the New York Giants at 3-8. You have a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback in Eli Manning. You have Odell Beckham Jr., Saquon Barkley. What's the problem in New York? Is it coaching? Is it defense? Is it Eli? What's the problem? So why don't Jacksonville and New York, let's just flip quarterbacks, see what that does. Blake Bortles needs a new start. Does Eli need a new start? But hey, Bears are favored by 4 on the road in New York, in the Big Apple. I got the Bears winning, covering, and over on the 45. And next we have the Cleveland Browns, 4-6-1, versus the Houston Texans, 8-3, 8-game winning streak. Is Cleveland better? I mean, they won 4 games in 3 years, and they won 4 games this year. Is Baker Mayfield the savior for Cleveland? I don't know. They beat Cincinnati last week. Can they beat Houston in Houston to end that 8-game winning streak? Maybe, but I'm taking the Texans. They're favored by 4.5. I have the winning, covering, and over on the 45. Next, we have a battle of 5 and 6 AFC teams. We have the Denver Broncos versus the Cincinnati Bengals. What is going on in Cincinnati? Ooh. They haven't been playing very well lately. Denver's favored by 3.5. I do have the winning, covering, and over on the 42.5. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers at 6-5 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 4-7. Panthers are favored by 3.5. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 56.5. The Los Angeles Rams, 10-1 versus the Detroit Lions at 4-7. If you did not like that Monday night game, Chiefs-Rams, there's something wrong with you. Definitely something wrong with you. Good Lord. Not only the fantasy points that got put up, but the score in general. Fuck. Whew. Rams are favored by 9.5 here. I do have them winning, covering, and over on the 54.5. Hey, speaking of doubles, next game, the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-2 versus the 2-9 Oakland Raiders. Chiefs are favored by 14.5 in Oakland. Oakland's a fucking dumpster fire right now. I can foresee around draft time the Raiders shipping Derek Carr. Why not to Jacksonville for the number 1 draft pick? Throwing it out there. But yeah, Oakland just, I get what Gruden is doing, possibly. Getting rid of players, stockpiling draft picks, good draft picks, building for the future. Once they get to Las Vegas, bam, we got a great team. Just like the Raiders did when they were in St. Louis, Rams did when they were in St. Louis. Huh. That seemed to have worked before. You crap on the city you're leaving, have a fucking shitty-ass product, you build up. Your first year in a new city, you might be alright. Your second year, build a little bit better. Then by the third year, kaboom, Super Bowl champions. So maybe what it is what the Raiders are doing. Like I said, Chiefs win, cover the 14.5 and over on the 55.5. Next, we have the New York Jets at 3-8 versus Tennessee Titans 5-6. Titans favored by 9.5. I do have them winning, covering, and over on the 41. Next, this would have been a Super Bowl. Which one I'm looking for here? Prediction early postseason. Minnesota Vikings 6-4-1 versus the 8-3 New England Patriots. So is Tom Brady old? 3-3. New England's favored by 6 at home. I have the Patriots winning. I'm going to have Minnesota cover the 6. I'm taking over on the 48.5. Next, we have the San Francisco Giants, 2-9. Well, does this actually work for them? They're going to shit this year out because of the injury to Garoppolo. They're going to get probably the number 1 and number 2 draft pick. They're going to get a top receiver, running back, etc. And then Garoppolo comes back next year. Is that what they needed? We'll see. 49ers 2-9 versus the Seattle Seahawks 6-5. Seattle favored by 10 at home. I got them winning, covering over on the 46. Next, the Los Angeles Chargers 8-3 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers 7-3-1. Steelers are favored by 3.5. Now, with the Chargers traveling across country, and the time zone difference, and the jet lag, sometimes that does, when the West teams go east, it does make a difference. This being on Sunday night, it's going to be a little bit later than normal. They would play normally on the West Coast. So I am picking the Steelers at home. I got them winning, covering the 3.5 they're favored by, and under on the 52.5. And then on Monday Night Football, this will not be nowhere near the Chiefs and Rams, but this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. This is where the guys in the trenches are going to come in to play. We got NFC North matchup. Washington Redskins 6-5 versus the Philadelphia Eagles 5-6. Super Bowl hangover for the Eagles? Possibly. Redskins, no Alex Smith. Can they go into Philly and give them a good game? I look at Philly winning. I got them covering the 6.5. Actually, no, Philly winning. I have Washington covering the 6.5. And then I'm taking over on the 44. I could see this being like a 24-20 type game. 25-20, 24-21, something like that. So it's going to not be a high-scoring game, but it's going to be enough to... Actually, I'm saying over on the 44, so it's going to be 24-21 type of score. That way, Eagles win. Washington covers that 6.5 and take it over on the 44. All right, so that is going to wrap up Week 13 in the NFL football season. Make sure you check out the NCAA week number 14. It is on Robert Sports Show. And I also shared the video on the NFL Prognosticator page on Facebook. Look for that, and this one will be on there hopefully tomorrow. Once it gets up today, I'll get it on tonight or tomorrow. Make sure you check it out, and as always, check out all the pro wrestling and everything on Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show is your YouTube leader in sports channel content.